Welcome back. I am so excited to introduce the last video in Generation 7 for the Clarke legacy. It has been a wild ride, and we are going to wrap everything up in this one, and then Octavia will finally be setting off on her own to start Generation 8. So here we are with Octavia. She is very sad. She has just aborted Colin's baby. And, I'm not trying to make light of any of these kind of situations. I think that it is, a serious topic, but I also want to be realistic in my storytelling. And right now, I mean, not only do I, as the god of this world, not want Octavia to have Colin's baby, also, I feel like Octavia would exercise her right to choose, mostly because she is, kind of depressed. She's lived her whole life with, people as a rotating door in the front house, people coming in, going out, and she has just helped Colin commit murder. And she is kind of, got her back against the wall, and she, doesn't feel like she's in a position where she can actually have this child, raise this child, make this child the leader of Generation 9 when she can't even help herself right now. So you just saw her and Colin arguing, and he has found out about the baby because he wanted her to have his baby, especially so that he could kind of gain a footing in the family and get the money. But, as you see, our maid being useless as usual. So, anyway, Colin kind of is at the table with Jaha and Octavia, and he's kind of flirting a little bit with Jaha just to kind of show Octavia that, like, you're not special. He is also Blake's son, and he also has the ability to lead the legacy if something were to happen to you. So Octavia is kind of scared by this because she is really only useful alive if she's going to help Colin get the legacy and the money. So she kind of runs in here and she yells at him because, you know, Jaha is her younger brother, and though she hated Lexi, um, she still feels protective over her brothers. She doesn't want them to kind of get in the position that she found herself in. Even though she loved her father and her mother, that she didn't grow up very well, and she has a lot of trauma from that. And so she doesn't want anyone else to have to go through what she's gone through. And she considers her brothers really lucky that they were able to, kind of be shielded from a lot of that because they were Lexi's kids. But she also doesn't want them to start getting involved now that she's gone. And also now that Octavia helped kill her. So that's also a thing because Colin isn't going to really let go of this family. And Octavia is realizing that that is a problem. So finally, her birthday comes around, and Jaha throws her a nice birthday party, and she's really grateful because she's very close to her brother. And so they have a birthday party, and she's just kind of ignoring Colin, and he's still trying to buddy up to Jaha, but she is just, trying to keep them apart and trying to keep him also away from her other brother, Blake Jr. Um, and, so it's just really a tough situation for her to be in. And she doesn't want to be in this situation. So she's kind of thinking about what she can do. And it's her birthday, and so she wants nothing more than to just be able to move out. And we give her the loner trait because, she's kind of lost her ability to trust people. She thinks everyone is, out for themselves and wants something from her because she's got all this money and her family has this reputation. So for her birthday party, they all go to dance, and, the dance floor is a fun place to be. And also, I like the lights around it and the spotlight there. So we send everybody to go dance, and she's just kind of thinking, and she's just, really trying to figure out what she's going to do. So she sees Colin here and she asks him, like, what if I give you some money? Can I just move out? Can I take my brothers? And he is not into that. He wants to be, the patriarch of the family. He wants to be the successor. And, as I've said in past videos, he's very resentful of his brother for having been born first and getting that position. So Octavia just kind of tells him, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with all of this, and I'm not going to let you do anything to my family. Thank you for helping me get rid of Lexi, but I'm not going to let you turn into her for me again. So Octavia goes inside, and on her way out, she locks the door behind her and, goes to cry in bed. So Colin doesn't know yet that the door is locked, though it took me a couple tries to actually make that happen, as you saw. But anyway, so he doesn't know that the door is locked, and the dog knows that the door is locked. But they're cleaning up after the birthday party, and it's still nighttime, so it's quite some time until anything happens on the balcony because Colin is a vampire, and it is going to be daytime soon. And we are just trying to get Lucifer to learn how to go to the bathroom by himself. And they are just kind of doing some chores and putzing around the house. And Octavia, the tension inside of her is mounting as she thinks about what's going to happen and what she's done. And, she kind of tells herself, I've already helped murder someone once. What's another person if it means that I'm going to be free of this? So that is where her mindset is. So this Let's Play has definitely taken a dark turn for this generation. It, was full of kind of carefree, fun times, and then got, into Real Housewives catfight territory, and now has turned into vampire murder territory. So, anyway, Octavia goes upstairs now that it is daytime to take a look just as Colin burns to death. And she, is just eating her food, and she does not feel bad at all about Colin dying. She knows that he would, continue to torment her family and wouldn't leave them alone, so she got rid of him. And she put his gravestone right next to Lexi's because they deserve each other in death. So she, comes back and is trying to wrap up her life before she heads out to, start her own generation. Honestly, what happened was I wrapped this up a little too soon, and now I'm trying to fill at least another 10 minutes so that this video isn't super short. So anyway, Octavia's mother, Lexi, comes over, and you could see Octavia in some underwear, and I did give her a second pajama set that was underwear because while I was um, working on her body and Kratos. So I guess she likes to wear it. And, she tells Kelsey, like, hey, um, this is what's happened, and I'm finally free, and she feels really good. Octavia feels really good. She feels like lighter. She feels like she, has solved her big problems, and she can finally kind of get out from under the shadow of everything that has happened in this house. And Kelsey's really happy for her. Kelsey, wasn't the best mom. She did her best to protect Octavia, but she just kind of was so scared of Lexi and got so beaten down by Lexi that she didn't even show up at the house again until after Lexi was dead. So, I mean, that kind of shows what kind of person she is, but Octavia still loves her mother and she still, wants to have a relationship with her and still wants to, have a family unit. So, the next thing is that Octavia is going to continue to play with Lucifer. And also, Kelsey has asked to come over again. And Octavia just kind of has another conversation with her, and this time she is kind of floating the idea of Octavia. Um, sorry, it wouldn't be a video by me if I didn't mess up their names. Um, Octavia has floated the idea to Kelsey that maybe, as a kind of penance to everything that has happened in Octavia's childhood, considering she has two younger brothers who are not old enough to live on their own yet. She was wondering if Kelsey might be open to taking the boys in. She currently has two children. Um, well, she has three children, but she's currently living with two of her children. And her husband, I think, has passed away. He was significantly older than her. But Octavia is just kind of saying, you know, I need to go live my own life now, and I want a fresh start away from all of this, and I need your help. And will you just look after the boys at least until Jaha is an adult so that they can, take care of themselves? And Kelsey is more than willing to do that. And she feels bad about everything that's happened, but also she's not like so, she's just not a strong person, basically. So, anyway, as an animal lover, we have Octavia calling over some more pets so that she can decide if she wants to adopt them. And honestly, it was my mistake to invite over so many pets because I saw them and they were so cute and I just wanted her to keep all of them. I was only going to pick one, and then they were just so cute. Look at them. And one of them's a puggle and one of them's a shih tzu. I have a shih tzu, by the way. I have a shih tzu and he is the cutest thing on the planet. So, and all of the dogs instantly loved her. So it's just like, oh no, I think we have to adopt all three of them. So then we'll have four dogs. Oh boy. So we just adopt all of the dogs. And I didn't change their names really, but I think what I'm going to do before we start the next Let's Play part is to change their names to 100 related names because I think that I have a names list that is much longer than children are that are going to be in this Let's Play. So that is basically the plan here. So I think I'm going to rename the animals to some of the names, and we'll catch that in the next time. And Lucifer can get renamed as well because Lucifer is no longer under Lexi's control either. So we will rename all the dogs before we start the next one. And yeah, now we have all of these dogs, and they're super cute, and Lucifer loves them all. This little girl here is Noisy, and then the Shih Tzu is Jumpy, and I think the Puggle is Lazy. I thought that the vet guy left behind the that crate there, but he actually didn't leave it behind because he's not gone yet. He's just hanging out in our basement. So that's weird. But yeah, so we are just hanging out with all the dogs and playing with them, and Octavia is just feeling really happy. She is about to embark on her own journey and, is free of the weight of everything that has happened, and she's just feeling good. We're in a happy place now. We're in a good place. You know, if The Sims had therapy, she would be getting regular therapy, but, so we are in a pretty good place now, and she is feeling pretty good. That's why I gave her the loner trait so that there was some kind of, lasting effects from the way she grew up. But I also remembered that I have to move this upstairs because the puppies can't go down the stairs. But we'll be moving from this house shortly in about 5 minutes. So, um, yeah, so this is a positive ending and a positive outlook for Octavia. She's really excited to start the next chapter of her life. And I have changed the risky woohoo percent down to 5% instead of 10%. Hopefully that will help us in the future. I mean, I guess it did add some more drama, but that was not in the plan that I had written up. I did float the idea of Octavia keeping the baby and becoming a single mother, but I don't feel like that's something that she would do. I feel like she's really ready for a fresh start. I mean, at the very least, she would maybe put the baby up for adoption, but she was, scared of Colin and whether he would let her do that or not. And also, that baby would technically be the heir because we are having firstborn children be the heir. So I didn't want that baby to be the heir either. So that is just kind of where we're at. She is going to have kids in the future. She does want kids, and because it's a legacy challenge. So, um, Octavia is getting a fresh start, and also is going to move out of this place to get away from, all of the memories. So that is what is going on there. All the dogs are going to go out for a pee. It sounds like my dogs just got back from their pee. But yeah, they're so cute. The little tiny puppies. I love them. It's so bad. It's bad. I don't usually play with pets, but they're so cute. And hopefully they are, not crazy high maintenance. It will teach them how to take care of themselves and be independent, and then we won't have to worry as much. So there's that. And yeah, so we are kind of coming up on the end again here. She is happy with her dogs, and she knows her brothers will be taken care of, and she's going to venture out on her new life. She is going to run a vet clinic. So we are going to do that. And, heads up, I'm going to be terrible at that. So I've never successfully run a business in The Sims 4 before. So you're going to get to see me fumble all over the place. But we'll try it together. And Octavia is going to get her new start. And she is going to call her mother over one final time to, you know, solidify the details about taking the boys with her. So we are just going to talk to her, say, hey, mom, are you ready to take the boys? I'm ready to move out. I have all my pictures. I have my dogs. I have everything I need. And the mom is like, yep, I'm ready. Why don't you send the boys over to my house? Why don't you, come over and drop them off, and then you can head out. And look at that. Look at that baby with his mouth open on the floor. Oh, so cute. Um, so yeah, the boys have come home and they are going to head out with Kelsey. We are going to bring them to her house and leave them there. Also save often. My game has been crashing when I hit save and exit lately, so I've always been saving and then save and exit. But anyway, that's my spiel there. So we are headed to manage worlds so we can change around the households. And I was thinking about, since I was going to have her, Octavia, live at the vet clinic and have like an over the clinic apartment for her. I was thinking about just leaving her as living in that house, but I really don't feel like she'd stay. Like I don't feel like she would keep the property. I think she would sell it. So she is going to sell the property and just move into an empty lot, and then we'll open the vet clinic in another lot, and then when we're done with her generation, we'll move her, somewhere else, wherever is empty, but not back into that house. I don't think she'd go back there. So we are just going to move her into an empty lot and call it good. And this little family of Octavia and her 4 dogs is up on the gallery. And the dogs have cute little outfits on as well, the adult dogs anyway. And that is that. It's under Clarke Generation 8. So we will be building the vet clinic in the next video. And I am super excited about that. So I will catch you guys in the next one.